Stop recording.
It's fine.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So what's up, YouTube? We're back with another Let's Game It Out reaction. This should be fun. Got 2 videos this time. And you know how Josh be.
So, be wild, yo.
Yeah. You want to get started, or anything you want to say first?
I have nothing to say.
Okay. We'll be doing some other cool stuff soon. Probably some cooking videos, maybe some terrarium building stuff. Anyways, let's get to it. Here we go.
Why'd you just close that tab?
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's
sound
Find Out.
check.
We're checking out Shapes 2 today. Thank you, developers, for the key. And also, this video is sponsored by Stallcraft X. But more on that in a little bit. And look how fun this looks. Conveyor belts, trains, all getting
Josh
sucked
loves
into a black
conveyor
hole.
belts.
I must have died and gone to heaven. And there's only one way to know for sure. New game! Here's how the basic setup is gonna go. We're gonna start on normal difficulty, and we're gonna start with operator certification, which more or less means messing with shapes kind of like this. Because I don't think I'm ready for this, or this, and especially not this, let alone whatever these are. No, obviously we need to be certified first. That way we'll all understand. Ah, good, and just like the real world, we have some paperwork we have to sign. What is the certification? Here's all you really need to know. Simply deliver the requested shapes as efficient as possible. That's it, which means we'll go straight to the signing. I will strive for efficiency and build no spaghetti factories. That's definitely a lie. Additionally, I will not damage any buildings. Also a lie. But I need to click these things, or else the continue won't pop up. Okay, here we are in the wild world of shapes. Right here in the middle is our delivery void thing, and as we collect stuff, we're gonna deliver it here, straight into the vortex. Oh, but what will we deliver, and where will we find it? Well, the first things we need are all around us. Specifically, it's these things right here. In this case, it's a whole bunch of circles that at the moment are hiding from us, and we need to extract them. Easy enough. We've got a tool for that. So basically, we take our extractor, and we just run it over each one of these spots,
he's gonna
and
destroy this game.
I can only imagine.
Emerging, and we can go ahead and pair that
all
with
the
my
shit
favorite
he's
thing of
gonna
all
throw
time,
off the
conveyor belts.
side of the
Do a
map,
little something that looks
probably.
like this. Ah, yeah, there it goes. I know it's super basic looking, but boy does it scratch that mental itch. Oh, but the fun doesn't stop there. We can even erase one of these if we want to, and instead place a new one that's facing the other direction. Fun stuff like this.
Fun.
Look at that, we're already getting so efficient. And we're gonna need these circles because our first milestone is right up there. To complete that, we gotta take 10 of these and move them from here, across this gap right here, and then over to the void. That shouldn't be too hard at all. We'll just use these 2 belts since that should be enough. And look at that, they can just jump the gap like it's nothing. And just to keep it simple for now, we'll just do a straight line.
Cool
all
borders
the way into
too.
the hole. Couldn't be more simple. And then before you know it, in they go. Fly free, little shapes. That was so easy to get 10. Or as a Roman numeral, X. Hey, speaking of X, let's talk about our sponsor, Stallcraft X.
Stallcraft X.
Is the largest online
We should be
game
paid
set
for
in a
showing the
vast
sponsorship.
open world with
Hey,
no
Stallcraft, we're right
that's
here.
full of mutants,
Yeah.
anomalies, and other
Hit
us
options
up.
to discover. You can discover all that for free on PC,
For
both
Raid
solo
Shadow
or with
Legends.
friends. And the game just received some major updates. There's the new Northern storyline, where you get to face the harsh conditions of brand new Northern locations and
looks
pick a
pretty
side
cool.
among 4 different factions.
No, it doesn't.
There's
Not
even a
big
new
on
mechanism
FPS
for
is
clan
that.
wars
I was
and
just talking about the
outposts for some
background.
really intense PvP. Not to mention
But
there's
yeah,
a new
this is
loot spawn
definitely
system
no
that
for
makes
me.
exploration more rewarding, as well as the arrival of personal shelters where you can rest and rebuild between tough battles, a brand new animation engine that's been developed over the last 2 years, the largest update to the graphics engine ever, and enhanced NPC intelligence for both smarter and more interesting interactions. So if you're looking to spend some time in the new and improved Exclusion Zone, there's a link in the description to start playing right now for free, and also use code Let'sGameItOut24 for all these free in-game goodies. This code will work both for new players and those that haven't logged in for a while. And thanks again to Stallcraft X for sponsoring. Okay, great. Now we've got 2 fun things to do. We got a full
I'm
square
sold.
and
I'm
a
buying
half
it.
circle. Full square is just as easy. We can see them right here just waiting for us. I'll try to utilize all 16
I'm
of
too
these
busy
this
with that
time,
zombie
each
game
one
to
aiming
play
in different
Stalker.
directions. So we'll go ahead and add a whole system of conveyor
I can't even
belts, all
remember
of
the
which
name
are going
of
to
it,
make
but
tons of sense.
it's basically
oh,
the
yes,
same
they
game.
will. With everything eventually leading over here to the jump pads. Yeah, see, there we go. That's
God.
more like it. It couldn't be more simple. Things pop up, get forced onto the conveyor belt, and then everything starts to get jammed because everything is connected to everything else, and before you know it, everything eventually finds its way over here. That's really the important part, and each one of these gets connected to the end, where they make a journey across, and all the way to their new home. And as you can see by the 4 conveyor belts, clearly we have maximum efficiency going here. Well, with 3 of the belts being completely filled, and then this one. That has just one solitary piece every so often.
Fun.
I'm sure it's not my fault for how I organized all this stuff. Surely this is peak efficiency. And then before you know it, this one's done too. And now to deal
Where
with
does
these
all the
half-size
shit go?
ones. This will be easy for us to fix with
Wherever
our
it needs to.
cutting
Like,
tool.
why
So all we
feed
need to do
things
is
into
divert
the
one of these
void?
belts over to the side, and then we take one of our cutting conveyor
I guess it's
belts,
best
which
not to
destroys
ask
the west
questions.
half of any shape,
Just
place
feed
it
the
right there on the
void.
production line, and watch as it just cuts it in half. Well, that was easy. And then we'll just have this thing flip a U and just go right back onto the belt. Now, wait your turn. Next milestone coming through. And yeah, I could like make multiples of these, so we're cutting them a little bit faster, kind of like this, so that we can have a lot of production going on at the same time. But that sounds like a tomorrow problem. I'm a patient man. I can wait with just the ones we got. I mean, look at that. We're already at 16 delivered. And while that's going on, we gotta head back over here to the circles and do the same thing. Well, you know what we need to do, and that's make something beautiful as fast as we can. Oh, and also check out this fun thing we can have. We can make our own little jumpy things.
Oh,
That's
nice.
gonna help entirely with sharing the load. And now that is a fully working, well, mostly working, something working machine. Let's grab one of these. We'll pull it off to the side. And actually, let's grab this one too. And what the hey, how about this one too? Add a couple of cutting things. Watch as it makes the magic for us. And then send it all back over so that they can join all their friends getting shot into the void. There we go, another milestone down. And now it wants us to do a quarter one, which easy enough. Take some of these, drag them off the conveyor belt. But this time around, we can't just add a cutting thing.
This looks
because
so
it won't cut
confusing.
anything.
I don't
See, look
like
at the
this.
picture. It's gonna make that, and it already looks like that. So instead of this thing, we gotta use this thing right here. The rotator. Rotates shapes 90 degrees clockwise. So we'll just add one of these, and then we'll add a cutter, and now it's gonna rotate and cut it to make it just the way we need it. And then like all the others, we just send it back. And I guess I could actually connect it right here like that, and give it its own dedicated way into the void, but I feel like we're saving that for something special. So instead we'll just add it to this one, and just make the congestion even worse. And then 60 of these later, milestone complete. Unlucky reward in the milestones interface. Don't mind if I do. And here we are in the milestone section. All these shapes are the stuff we've already done, and now let's unlock milestone 1. Oh, how lucky we are. New content, new
Stackers.
tasks, new upgrades. Oh god, look at these shapes we have to make now. My
Oh,
brain
God.
already hurts. I guess we'll
I don't
start
like
with this
this.
thing. A square and a circle. Well, it can't be that hard, right? So for this, we're gonna need some of the circles, as well as over here, we're gonna need some of these squares. Here we go, we'll just pull that out like that. Although it doesn't feel like there's enough on this production line. Not when there's this steady stream of goodness right here. So here's how I'm gonna fix this little problem. I'm gonna connect these conveyor belts right here like this, so that half of them are being shoved over into this line. And then right behind it, I'm gonna start pulling half off that conveyor belt. That'll probably work out. And then
That
I'll take
should.
these ones and route them back this way, making sure to also add
I
one
don't
of
know
these
what
jumpy things.
doing
and then
now.
connect this to
He's
the
always
other
doing
thing.
weird
There we go,
shit.
squares
Say
for
that
days.
should
I'm
work.
so
Yeah, I
excited
guess,
for this to rapidly become a logistical nightmare. Anyway,
Oddly,
now we have our
that
square
works
stuff,
somehow.
as well as our circle stuff, and now we just need to figure out how to get these shapes to fall in love. Well, that's easy, because it's stacking time. Allow me to demonstrate. First, we'll send the square pieces in like this. Wait, no. Oh, no. Oh, whoops, I guess I connected both. I think it'll be fine anyway, because we're going to change how the circles work anyway, by raising them up a level. And now when these little circle thingies arrive, they just reach this thing and get raised up. And then we can just head back over here to the
Fancy.
stacker thingy, raise our view to the second floor, and then build our conveyor belt so it goes on the top. And now it gets to work building a thing. The first few that are coming out are going to be kind of the wrong thing, because we did a circle with a square thingy, not a circle and a circle thingy. But that's okay, eventually we see the right thing being made. See, there we go, a perfect square circle thingy. And now this machine will just keep on making them for eternity, with all of our beautiful
What
shapes
is the
heading
purpose of
away,
these
and while
things
we're
he's
gonna aim them
making?
over
That's
at
what
the
I'm
void,
wondering,
we can
like,
get over
where is
this
this
conveyor
game
belt here
going?
by raising to the second
What is-
level,
what is
building
any
over
of
it like
this?
so,
Why is
and
it
then heading back
happening?
down to the
Do we get
ground floor
story?
to connect it to
I
the
don't think
launching
we get any
thingy.
story.
I don't think we get told
Okay,
anything,
here
to be
we go.
honest.
We only need 240. Oh, and look at this. You see that pen task? Look, there's the circle thingy I made. It turns out I do need to make them. It's
Huh?
just not a main milestone. Instead, if you head on up here to tasks, you've got side tasks to complete. A whole bunch of them, in fact. We're not even certified yet, and there's so many shapes we can do. Well, if that's the case, let's head back on over here to this. Drag some of these off, as well as on the second floor, grab some of these circle thingies too. And actually, how fancy can we get with this up and down conveyor belt system? Like,
Oh,
can I just
God.
take this thing
Here
and
it
go like
comes.
down, and then over, and then up, and then over, and then down, down, etc., etc. And it turns out, yes, you
Wonderful.
can. You can just send them up and
Wonderful.
down over and over forever. Well, then why wouldn't I? Actually, wait, this wider spot underneath is giving me an idea. Because do you see this conveyor belt in the back over here? Do you think I can thread it through one of these? It looks like I can't on this side because there's not enough clearance. But what about if I go on this side? Okay, there we go. Looks like you can go underneath. Can I weave these two conveyor belts together? Hold, please, and let me give it a shot. And the answer is yes. Yes,
God.
I can. It's a little hard to tell what's
how long
going
did
on
that
because of
take?
all the things going up
Jesus.
and then back down. But as you can see, it totally works. Just weaving up and
I love
down,
that
getting to
top
the end and
down,
turning
yeah.
around and going
That's-
back, all while crossing over
Wow.
with all the other things to create a nice big
Chaos.
mishmash of unnecessary.
Somehow
Sure is pretty,
vaguely
though. And once it's
organized
done going through the
chaos.
entire weave, the circle
Such
pieces
is
come out
life.
here. And then meanwhile, all the way on the other side is where the square pieces come out. Which I guess kind of defeats the purpose because I needed them together. But that's actually perfect because it means this was even more unnecessary while I just build the things across and then ultimately have these two sides meet in the middle where they can join up with that stacker. So this time circle's on bottom and square thing is on top. Okay, great. Oh, whoops, I got sidetracked. That's not even on our list of stuff to make. I was supposed to make a circle thing. No problem, easy fix. We're not even gonna dismantle this thing because what if we end up needing it? We'll just split this thing off twice, one above and one below. There we go, problem solved. And you know what? Just in the off chance that we do need these ones for something, we'll just rope them into the conveyor
it.
belt that's
Oh,
heading
yeah.
on over to the void. Who knows, when they fly in, maybe we'll find out they're good for something. Well, it doesn't appear to be the case, actually. Whatever, I'm sure the Void loves free stuff. Who doesn't? We also can't forget about making just these little corner pieces, which we're gonna use this conveyor belt right here, which is actually a mix of half pieces and whole pieces. But don't worry, I've got a solution for that. We're just gonna add a rotator, and then a cutter, and then another rotator, and then another cutter. That way, no matter what kind of piece it is, it's gonna get rotated, and cut, and then rotated, and cut, and by the end, they're all gonna be the same, which actually, it turns out, eliminates some of them entirely. Hey, whatever. Works for me. Look, the pieces are getting made, and that's what matters. See, it's working out just fine. Now all the numbers are going up. So very quickly, too. But no need for us to just sit here and wait for this to finish. We got other
I like
stuff
how
we
the
can
inside of the
prepare.
void
We can
looks.
see
It's
what
very
we're gonna
pretty.
have to do
Yeah.
next. So this thing is gonna have to go from whole to a half and then a quarter.
Yeah, it does
and this
look
quarter
cool.
thing is gonna have to turn into a stacked quarter thing and then whatever this is. So let's tackle these now. And at the same time we can increase our efficiency. Look at all this stuff not moving very fast. It's just waiting for someone to come in here, use these resources to make yet another machine. And I don't actually know if it's faster, but we're gonna put the cutting machines on this side so that everything is getting nice and trimmed first. And then we'll be stacked together. Is this what it feels like to do homework ahead of time? This is a strange and scary new feeling for me. Oh good, and even when these half pieces get launched, it actually adds to the count of the thing that's not done yet. Well, thank goodness for that. And we're just gonna set up these other things that make this
That
stack
does sound
thing,
handy.
make sure that's shoved into the production pool with everything else. I'm pretty much just looking at every belt, staring at these shapes, asking myself, can I make this with that? The answer is yes, so some of these shapes get pulled off the production line, and then I apply whatever needs to be done, so that when these two shapes are combined, it ends up looking a little something
You're
like
so
this.
warm.
Let me just shove it back into the thing again. Well, if
Right.
that's the case, this gives me an idea. I know this one is almost done, but I'm actually going to erase this entry point so that these ones can't finish delivering. And why don't we go ahead and just complete them backwards? Let's just deliver all these ones first. We don't even need to do anything that fancy. We can just cut up these
Go
ones
with
that are
this.
already here.
Oh,
There
it
we
just
go. Now just the
rotates
corner
instead.
pieces are going in. Before you know it, all these low numbers look a lot more like this. And now let's have these ones finished. There's 1 and 2. Excellent. Straight on to milestone 2. Looks like we've unlocked some blueprints. We thought you might need this. You can now copy and paste parts of your factory, but not the messy ones,
This is a
please.
fun video,
I
but
mean,
it's
this
not
isn't
fun as
really
good as the
messy, is it?
usual
Yes,
Josh
and we
video.
got
Yeah.
these fun new tasks, which all look
think the
pretty
next
easy
one
to
will be
me.
better
Oh, and I
than
never
that.
went and cleared out
This
the
is just
spin
another
task.
very
Basically,
interesting
it's gonna
game, I
allow us
think.
to unlock
Yeah.
a research point, which is good.
Yeah, he
because
does
if we
the
have
best
enough
he can.
research
does
points,
the
we
best
can
he
do
can.
fun upgrades, like making stuff like our belts go faster, and lets us efficiently do other stuff, like cutting and swapping and trashing and rotating and bending. Ooh, and labeling, and a third floor.
labels.
Okay, well now we need this. Sorry, milestone 3. I gotta do all these pin tasks first. We gotta get us those research points, and that's what makes our factory go from looking like this to something more like this. I've been
Jesus.
busy setting some stuff up,
Okay.
and it paid off because now every single one of these is done. I mean, for now. As we can see, there's definitely going to be more. But for now, let's go ahead and unlock and unlock and unlock, and so on and so so forth. Yes, crawl up the side of my screen. Tell me about all the research I've unlocked. And there we go. Now we have 72 glorious research points. Let's get some upgrades. Now these all look great, but obviously the first thing we need to unlock is this 3rd floor, allowing you to build on even more layers. Gee willikers. And I think the next thing we need is labels, which we will use only appropriately. And all this other stuff is
Just
really
gonna label
practical, like
everything.
being able to rotate the other direction or do a full 180. But I'd rather just
Everything
upgrade
gets
my
a
belts
label, and
first.
every
First to
label
level
gets a
2,
label.
and then to level 3. And I guess that's it for now, since we don't have 20 more points. So for the remaining few we have, they're just going into cutting and stacking. Oh yeah, everything's so much more lively now. It's like all of a sudden all these shapes have somewhere to be.
God.
Oh, and in case you were wondering what kinds of machines I made, I mean, I can show you some of my work here, but honestly, I don't even know where to begin. There's no real method to my madness here. Basically, I know I need to do a shape like this one, and I've got 2 choices. Go back to where all the original squares are and start taking from
It's all
this,
so
or start looking
congested,
around to see if I can
confusing.
find something that'll make the process
Everything's
shorter.
backed
Ah,
up.
yes, like these. These have 2 squares. This thing has 2 squares. This will be perfect. So you come with me. We're going on an adventure. And now for part 2, we're basically going to look around and see if I can find something that'll help out. All while awkwardly dragging this entire conveyor belt with me.
This is
Until
a
eventually
long
I find what I'm
conveyor belt.
looking for.
Yeah.
These things. Now we have all the pieces we need to make this thing. And that's how shape
Highly
babies
efficient.
are made. Now get on that
Shape
conveyor belt and
babies.
unlock some new milestones for us. In fact, let's mark that occasion. Yes, good. Oh yeah, perfect. The best possible use of the labeling system. And now
Nice.
while we wait for this milestone to finish, let's check out not the 2nd floor, but the 3rd floor. Oh my goodness, what a
older
fresh
floor.
canvas. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of curious. Can I just start dragging a conveyor belt out and then just keep dragging it out? You know,
Oh,
kind of
God.
into like a spiral thing.
Oh,
Like,
God.
will it ever be like,
The
no, you
tornado.
have to let go of the button, or is it just gonna let me do this all the way around the entire
How is he
thing?
gonna connect
Well, only
that to
one way to know
anything?
for sure. And the answer is yes. If you hold down the mouse and draw a conveyor belt over the entire thing. Sure, it's pretty too. I hope it's just as pretty when it actually builds. Oh, that doesn't feel very pretty. It's so sandy colored. Well, no problem. We'll just go down a floor. Oh no. Well, I guess this is our factory now. Most of the inner workings hidden from us. It's kind of like the whole thing is a CPU core now. And I was about to say, like, I don't even think I can deal with staring at this the entire time and trying to navigate everything just looking through these belts. And then I realized I don't need to worry about that, because on the far side over here, we can toggle floor visibility. Toggles the visibility of structures above the current floor. Let's give it a shot. Ah, much better. Thank goodness we can see again. I also only now realize the milestones are trying to teach you stuff. Like, hey, look, you're gonna build this thing and it's just gonna go on top of this square. But then we need you to make
That's
this
far,
thing, and then you're gonna add
That's
that
me.
thing onto the top of this thing
I do
to
that
make
with
this
games.
mangled-looking thing.
Start getting
What
into
a
shit.
beaut. The good news, by the
Not
way, is that
realize the
actually, if you
game's
wanna
trying to
get this
teach
thing
me
out of
to
the
do
way,
shit.
you can just select the whole thing and then go to Save Blueprint. Abomination. And then
bad
if ever I
about
can't
that with
actually
those little
take it anymore and I
MMOs,
need
like
to
that
delete it for a
zombie game I've
second,
been
I can always
playing.
just drop it back in anytime I want. I also don't
The
know if
War
you're supposed
Tune
to or
was
not,
bad
but you
about
see
that
these
with-
little symbols next to these things being
The
launched
last
into
time
the
I ran
void.
through
You'll notice
War
that
Tune,
most of them are a bunch
was
of
better. I
X's,
knew
and then occasionally a green
the
check
stuff
mark,
I'd learned
which I'm pretty
from
sure
all
the
the
X means we
previous
don't need to be
times.
delivering that, and the green means we do. So I could probably stop building this stuff, but I'd
I
rather
just
just
couldn't
keep
get
building
into
it
it
for
as much.
fun. Why delete anything when I can just keep adding on to it? That's how you make a factory beautiful and hideous.
It was a good
Anyway,
game for the
before you know
time.
it,
There are much
everything's
better
done.
games
Now
now,
it's time
you
to
know?
unlock. Oh my
There
God, a
always
whole bunch of
are.
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, let's
There's only
see.
one good
Space
game in the whole world,
platforms.
though.
You may now build space platforms and
The
foundations
Ratatouille
to
PS2
expand
game.
the universe. For
Okay.
those ones, though, we've added a platform limit. I mean, we're not insane, right? I'll be the judge of that.
It's pretty
We've
awful.
got all this
We-
stuff,
we-
like
we
space
should both
platforms
do,
and
like,
space belts and space
our
belt
own
tunnel
separate top
entrances and all
10
kinds of
video
other
games
stuff.
lists.
And as a reward, we get
And
500
movies. I feel like that'd
squares.
be fun.
I don't know what
That'd be
that
hard.
means
It'd be
yet, but
very
most
different
importantly, do you know
for
what
the
this
both of us.
means?
I'd have a hard time
Operator
with that.
certified.
There'd-
As the
there'd probably be
proud
some
owner of this
similarities on
certification,
there,
you can
too.
start working on a real factory. Hey, and earn us some shit.
But yeah, it would
And
be
now it's
tough
time
to
choose
choose.
what kind of factory we
Especially
want.
to
Well, I
put them
think
in
it's safe
order.
to say we're gonna go
Mhm.
with
They
factory
may have to be
normal,
like a-
because these
No
are
particular order.
conceptualized.
Yeah.
These hard shapes. What the hell are these?
Look at
I
that
couldn't even
super
freehand
people.
draw these. Factory normal
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. Okay, milestone 4 looks like. Well, what's
Trying
this?
to
These
crawl.
look normal, except they're blue and red. Where do I get blue and red? Well, maybe I need to keep zooming.
Wonder
out
what
a
everyone
little
else
bit
thinks
more,
about
a little
him.
bit more, little bit more.
know.
Oh, I think I get it now. I think I get how big this game actually
Oh,
is.
God. God.
And it would appear
Oh.
there's a lot to do. Well, shall we continue? Although I'm not really sure what the first thing is that I need
He's
to
already
do.
done
I gotta
that.
figure out where to find red and blue stuff. I mean, this looks pretty red. Can we help ourselves to some space jello? But then I noticed this over in the background. Wait a minute, this one has shapes on it. And wait a minute, so does this one. Wait a minute, there's shapes all around. Look, there's a blue one and a red one. Oh, okay, I get it. I just noticed we have an entirely new category of stuff. Before we were over here in shape processing, but now we've moved on to platforms.
They
here's
can
all
make
those
Tetris
things, like the
pieces.
shape miner and space belts. And I bet this thing is like
Space
the
belt.
equivalent of the extractor. Let's give it a shot and find
Shape
out.
space belt.
Oh,
sounds-
yep, there we go. Now we can just see it sitting on that piece, mining
Okay.
that shape. I just realized that I'm connecting the dots, that this is what our base was already doing. I've been sitting here mining these circles, not realizing that the mining's been happening underneath them all this time. Well then wait, what are these things
Nice.
behind it? I thought they were decoration. Nope, they're shape miner extensions. Increases the throughput of a shape miner. And having these three things connected to it is the reason that we have
Playing the
not
game all
one,
those
2,
hours,
3,
huh?
but 4 groups to mine
Realize.
from. Opposed to this one over here, which as you can see only has the one. And we can make our own shape miner extension
Glad I
things.
have
See,
to
there we
see
go.
that.
They're
I
all
thought I
open
was the
now.
only
Wait,
one
what
who
if I
did
just
shit
add
like
another
that.
one? Can I do that? Oh, okay, another one just closes up. Well, just for now to save on platform units, I'm gonna not have any of these, and instead we're just gonna work with what we got. I'm gonna allow these things to all get their own conveyor belt. What posh royalty for them. Besides, we still need to figure out how to get them to our base, which I'm gonna assume is what these foundations are for. Yep, that does appear to be the case. Costs 2 to make and allows us to build them all the way over to our thingamabob. Wait, can I remove the ones under my base?
That
well, it
noise.
was worth a shot. Okay, now
That was
we
a pretty
have way
good
to
noise.
send
I
everything
liked
back.
it.
And thank goodness we have so
Sound
much real
effect of the
estate
year.
for screwing around. Now I don't have to care
Wait
about
till
this
Keem
ugly
gets
thing.
that as a
Anything
push
that needs to
button.
go to the void, I'll just connect to this
God.
conveyor belt, and it'll eventually make its way to the middle. Okay, so naturally these are going to need a little work. After all, that shape does not represent this shape. Luckily, it's going to require just one cut. And now everything's right as rain. Hang on, before we send these back, are we still doing too much work? Like, is it possible out here we can find something that'll match this shape, and then I won't have to cut anything at all? Well, let's
Maybe.
look around
There's
and
a
see.
lot of-
Surely the right shape is
a
out here
lot of shit
somewhere,
out
right?
there.
Come on,
Good
half
God.
red circle thing. You gotta be here somewhere.
How big
Aha,
is this
there it
game?
is. And it appears to be in
big.
sector -5, -D. Well, in that case, no problem. If this is us here, all we would need to do is drag them all the way back over here to 0A. Okay, it's settled. This is our new goal. We're gonna try to mine this spot right here. All we need to do is start taking foundations and making a path all the way
Good
home.
God.
Yep. Still going. Still going. Oh yeah, I have
Wow.
a really good feeling about this. Look how much
That's
distance
crazy.
we're already covering. I mean, look, we're already
Damn.
halfway through -4, -C. I feel like nothing can stop us now. Oh, except for maybe running out of platform units. Because we've already used 500 of our 500 allotted. But you can increase the amount via research. Oh boy, look, more tasks to do. Wait a minute, I'm overthinking this. I've got another idea on how to handle this. Back over here with the stuff I need to extract. What if I put a shape miner down, start extracting
Oh,
all
switch
those
spots.
resources,
Nah, it's
send
fine.
them over on the
No.
conveyor belt, where they will happily jump from this side over to this side, where a big surprise awaits. That's kind of a spiral thing, where it's gonna collect a whole bunch of these things, and once it gets to the center, don't you worry, the party doesn't end here, because then it goes up to a second floor, where now the spiral goes the opposite direction, which once it's done expanding out, we're still not done, we have a third story, don't forget, and that's where it goes, to the next belt, and then once it reaches the end of this, oh dear, where are they going now? Oh, you know, just another platform, where it collects them all and does it all again, and then once it's filled top to bottom, I think you know what's about to happen, and it'll just keep going, and going, and going. Now you might be wondering, why go through all this hassle? Why make all these conveyor belts? Well, because I want each one of these foundation pieces to be holding on to as many of these as possible, and this game does give us some fun stats. Like if we just highlight this whole stack, it'll tell us that there's 583 buildings, of which 581 are conveyor belts, and then each one of these launchy thingies. And I believe when we click on an
181
individual
conveyor
piece, I think it's
belts.
basically saying that there's 2 of these on the belt at
Per
any given
square.
time. So I guess that means for this entire stack, if there's 581 belts, and each one can hold 2 at a time, there's 1,162 shapes on this one foundation. Well, that's great. That's almost the 1,200 we need, as well as some extras just in case. And so
God.
basically what we're going to do is we're going to fill up as many of these foundations as we can, and then once they're all filled up, that's that's when we head all the way back, gaze upon where it all began one more time, and then highlight and delete. Now that we've got these, time to head all the way back to the front of it, add a new foundation, wait for this one to fill all the way up, head all the way back to the end of the line, and now that this one is pretty much empty, say goodbye. And then back to the front, and so on and so forth. And that's how we're going to get all these little pieces back to our base when we don't have enough platform units to connect the two. So hold, please, while we get
Josh
this
be
little
wild.
caravan all the way back.
It hurts.
Okay,
I bet.
it's just about done. We've managed to take this caravan across the galaxy. And if you look all the way to the right, look over there, there's my base. And if you look all the way over
He
to
sounds
the left,
dead
there's
inside.
our caravan. I feel like I was doing this for an eternity. Oh, but it was worth it. All of that so we didn't have to use the imperfections of this thing. Anyway, we've come this far. And I'm feeling a little bit lazy, so we're going to take it the rest of the way with one single belt that just goes across
Understandable.
all of these, and then makes an abrupt turn, and then down this way, up 2 flights, and then straight onto this thing. And now it has no choice but to make its way to the void. Why look, here they come now. They're gonna be here any second. Yes, any second. They just have to travel a few foundations. See, there it is. That didn't take very long. And let's get ready for... Oh, uh-oh, wait, what's happening? Don't you want to go on the belt? What are you waiting for? Everything's connected like it should be. What in tarnation is happening here? Okay, so I've spent a little time deconstructing and rebuilding my giant conveyor belt, and I've been slowly adding one belt at a time, and I think we may have accidentally discovered a limit. Right now, this is as far as the conveyor belt goes. As you can see, it doesn't go all the way to the center. And as you can also see, the shapes are coming through just fine. But if we head back on over here, and we start adding a couple more belts, watch what happens. We start to get some weird graphical issues. Oh, that's not all though. At the very end of the belt, one mysterious shape
So he broke
appears,
it.
but also this new behavior. Looks like they're blowing on the conveyor
That's
belt, and then
great.
they jump over, and then they just give up. And it just does this over and over and over again. And we do have a small line of them still making their way on the conveyor belt, but if we keep adding more belts, eventually something happens. They just disappear entirely, and no amount of me building back the conveyor belt.
Oh
seems
man,
to
he's been
change
hours
anything. But
getting
if I
them
erase the
there.
parts that I made, eventually when we go
that's
far enough
rough.
back, stuff starts flowing again. I think you can see the solution that's about to happen, right? This might be as long as the belt can go without glitching out. And I can't think of anything more fitting for this than to have to let this part of the conveyor belt fill up, and then once it reaches as far as it can go, we'll just go all the way back to where it starts, highlight and delete some of the existing conveyor belt, go back down here, add some more back to
God.
the end, and eventually we'll get there. And no, I can't just go across and deliver it straight away. We have our principles to think about. Besides, I'm pretty sure the Void will know.
Yes, it's true. I will know. So no cheating.
Okay, jeez. I wasn't planning on it anyway. Besides, it's about the journey, not the destination. I mean, until we get to the destination. Then this most certainly is the point. Well, I have a good feeling about this. We haven't even gone one full revolution around the belt, and we're already past 200 out of 1200. Oh yeah, we definitely had enough. And with a whole bunch to spare. You can have those. Consider them a tip for a job well done. Well, that was easy. Yes, that's what I'm gonna call this whole process of dragging these things across the galaxy. But enough about that. We have a new target. The full circle of red. Well, you know what we have to do. Locate it
Oh,
across
no.
the galaxy and bring it back. I don't know how far out the galaxy
damn.
goes, but it's really, really far. Oh, there we go. Found it. In quadrant 127 negative BC. Don't worry, that's only painfully far from us. Well, time to get started.
No.
After all, it's
Oh,
gonna be a
God.
long journey home, and I don't think our bodies like being out this far. Judging by how everything is looking out here. Apparently the human body was not designed for such stress. I want to thank Stallcraft X again for sponsoring this video. If you want to play it for free right now, check out my linky in the description below. And something
Like, I
tells me
want
we
that.
may see this game
Yeah.
again, because there's a lot of stuff we still haven't gotten to.
No, you
including
shouldn't
one that
play it
always
again, dude.
interests me.
Yeah.
So I hope you had
Trains.
fun. I know I did, and I'll see you next time.
Alright, so this one I've got high.
Hey there, it's
up,
Josh.
so-
Welcome back to Let's Game It Out.
Yeah.
We're checking out Tavern Management Simulator. Developers, thank you for a key. Wow, look how picturesque this is. I can't wait for our tavern to look nothing like this one. Oh, and also this video is sponsored by Naraka Blade Point, but more
More
on
like
that later.
Sorok,
But
am
enough
I right,
talk.
fellas?
New game. Ah, good. The game starts us with, finally, I've arrived. Yes, we have. And the game is already starting us out with some hard-hitting tasks. Open the tavern doors. Well, something tells
Sounds
me we
hard.
can figure out this. After all, the front door is right here and is able to be used. Locked? I need to look from the other side. Drat, I guess it really is locked from this side. And I was kind of hoping I could find a way around this, but I guess we really are gonna have to go around. Or are we? Well, that certainly looks like a board holding the door closed. Hold to clean, huh? Don't mind if I do. Oh, okay, there we go. Looks like the tavern is open. Go around. That'll teach you, tutorial. Well, let's
Easy
take
enough.
us a gander, shall we? Oh my god, what happened here? Why is this place such a dump? To be fair, if I were leaving
God,
this place, I
it
would leave
does
it
look
trashed
pretty
too.
awful.
In fact, I'm planning to leave it trashed while we use it. So our new task is to clean the tavern to at least 50% cleanliness. And as you can see by this little meter here, we're not even close to the 50% point. Okay, let's see. Hold to clean, huh? Okay, I cleaned one thing. Is that good enough? And at first I thought, well, I guess not, because the game still says I need to do it. And then I stumbled upon something else. If I just open the menu, and then I go to save and exit entirely out of the game, and then open it back up, and then continue my game, hey, how about that? The task finished itself. That was much easier than actually cleaning anything. I like how the new task is look around the hall again. Like, yes,
That
we know
works.
you didn't clean. Now go bask in how hideous everything is. Oh, what's the game telling me now? These big piles of old trash just can't be moved. Maybe the tavern will have something to cover them with? Tutorial, I like
Cover
the way
them.
you think. Just cover all of life's problems. Whoa, wait a minute. There's people out there? And they're just walking around? Never mind these objective markers trying to force me to do stuff. Hey, you, I'd like to have words with you. You and your really gigantic muscles. What do you mean no places to be? Come on, just visit for 1 second. Okay, hold on. Let's be reasonable. And by that I mean I realized I can shove him. Hang on, buddy. How much can I shove you? Come on, come with me. Wouldn't you like an advanced preview of my dysfunctional tavern? Of course you would, so come with me. He's really squirrely. He keeps trying to get away. But luckily we've been able to convince him to get inside. No. You'll get a tavern tour and you'll like it. If you don't start behaving, you'll have to taste my blade. Hey, speaking of blades, let's talk about Naraka Blade Point, the sponsor of this video. Naraka Blade Point
On
is a
PS5.
vast, beautiful, and unique melee-focused battle royale game that's
Ew.
free to play and
That
waiting
sounds
for you
awful.
on PC, Xbox,
Battle
PlayStation
Royale
5.
sucks,
This game
but
is all about
melee
movement,
Battle
from your
Royale?
grappling hook that lets you quickly and fluidly traverse the world to the breathtaking martial arts combat.
like when
to
they
a
added
massive
grappling
selection of
hooks to
melee
Team
weapons
Fortress
to
2.
choose from. And each
yeah.
weapon has its
Yeah, that was a
own
really, I don't know
dynamic
what they were
movesets
thinking when
so
they
that
did
you can
that.
unleash
That was a really
punishing
weird
combos and
man
powerful
mode.
parries, and master the game's counter system that allows you to predict
was,
and
they
outsmart
also
your
added, like,
enemy's next attack and
power-ups
always stay one step ahead.
and,
And
like,
right
perks you
now,
could
you're
get. It was
invited
weird.
to join the collaboration
Like,
of a
you
lifetime.
get, like, your weapon on
because
fire
Tomb
and shit
Raider's
like that.
joining
It
in
was
on all
weird.
the fun with the new Lara Croft outfit, as well as amazing weapon skins of Lara's bow and climbing axe. And with the game's incredibly flexible customization system, you can
They
craft the perfect
Kawaii-fied
look that matches
Lara
the Croft
Croft.
outfit for
Yeah.
every combat situation. Tomb Raid this. So if this sounds over 10 million
Psychic
players
damage.
who have already joined the fight, there's a link in the description to check out
was
Naraka
funny.
Blade Point and this Tomb Raider crossover for free. And thanks again to Naraka for sponsoring.
Wonder
Here,
if those
just,
two are
here,
girlfriends.
let's just get you in the corner here. There, maybe that'll pacify him. Wait, looks like he's trying to leave again. Oh, or not. Oh, I guess he gave up. Every so often he twitches a little bit like he's gonna try and leave, but then he stays right here. I think he's come to accept his fate, as evidenced by how I just stared at him all night into the next day. Oh, hello, good morning, sir. I see you're still here. Hopefully it stays that way while I go get you some friends. Like this ambling fellow right here. Hello there, noble warrior. How would you like to be routed into my tavern? We've got quest markers in there. You probably like quest markers. Okay, come here. There you go. Hey, you guys match. So let me get you crazy kids closer together so we can compare colors. Ah, yes, amazing. It's like you guys are taking a prom picture. Well, wait right here. Our work isn't done. So as I walk out here and take a look, see there in the background is the castle, and it looks like people just kind of auto-generate coming this way. But the question is, if enough of them are, let's call them very captive patrons, is it just gonna keep generating more people? I guess there's only one way to find out. Right this way, please. Okay, and let's reserve you a slot. Okay, there we go. I think pretty much you have to shove them a lot until they kind of snap into place, and then they're yours for all time. There, guy in the back, don't be scared. You're only gonna be here for eternity. Or so I thought. This guy doesn't want to click into place. Come on, Qui-Gon, get in there. Okay, well, it looks like we can only get 3 people in the back there, but maybe we can find another place for this dude. Oh, that was easy. Now we got this guy here, and we've got other friends over here. Well, I think we can see where this is headed, right? Come here, other people. I'm gonna need you to come with me. Okay, I've been shoving people for about 3 hours now. It's day 6. There are still people walking around, and I keep trying to force force them to stay against their will whenever I can. Unfortunately, there's a low threshold for this. So I've got about 4 people here, and over on this side, I think we have about 6. 6 dead-eyed looking terrified people. And then I realized we can do better. Behold, the citizen singularity
Oh, God.
right here on this keg of ale. So the problem with the other spots is after a while, it just wouldn't let you shove more people. It would
That's
kind of jitter
horrifying.
around, but never really get stuck. Here, on the other hand, I just kept shoving and shoving, and more people found their way in. Until apparently some people got a little claustrophobic and tried to run away. And boy,
Like
howdy, is the
ghosts.
sea of faces above them unimpressed. And I'm not sure how many are in there, but I want to say like 15. Oh, and also somehow, one person's back here. Well, whatever, I don't mind. You go ahead and Blair Witch into that corner all you want. Oh, this hallway over here, by the way, is the way we were supposed to come in this building. I mean, we don't need to now, so I'm not going to remove these. Nor am I going to remove... Oh, hello. I'm so delighted that we have so many patrons, and we're not even open yet. Oh, you know what else is great, too? I was kind of worried that if I closed the game and opened it back up, that all these people would disappear, but it turns out that's not the case. Everyone's still trapped. Granted, I'm pretty sure it's not exactly the same people. Like, I think these are different character models than they were before, but I don't care as long as people are stuck here. Besides, they're all handsome anyway. Even this person's still here. Seems fair to me. Everyone should get a chance to cry in the corner. Anyway, I guess we should do that thing where we find something to cover the trash, which I guess is gonna be this. There we go. And also possibly this.
What is
Yep,
that?
That's 2.
Cloths,
And
I
this
guess
one right
there's-
here.
Oh, aren't there like
And
weird
pardon me,
pillows?
people
So
call
what the
them
fuck are
this
you
is
doing with
4.
pillows
Now let's go
everywhere?
hide this junk. But I'm trying to cover this pile of junk and it
That
won't
guy's
let me.
white.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. But for real, you
Damn.
3, don't tell anybody what's happening under here. Huh. Oh, not quite what I was expecting. And also, I'm not convinced that's better, which means I absolutely approve of this. And also, let's cover this right
This
here.
is
And finally, this
go-to
crappy
strategy,
pile
very-
right
very
here.
good.
Now it's not so dirty in here. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's absolutely the cleanest, especially with all these cartoony steps that showed up from all of the abductions I was doing. In fact, I just noticed that my cleanliness meter is at 0 now. Just the way it should be. Anyway, our next task is to open up the office. Hello? Hello? Ah! Thank you, game, for forcing my view over here. It looks like this is where the old owner conducted his business. Cool story. Unrelated, I need to order some ale. Well, you don't have to tell me twice. After all, the barrel is thirsty. But before we do that, let's take a look around. I'm gonna assume this is the town. And then over here is a safe. What happens if I use this? Ah, it's about loans, where a dapper goblin shows up to help you understand investments. You can take out a loan from a goblin bank, but you have to pay back more. Well, sign me up. How do we do this? Oh, never mind. It looks like my options right now are not enough reputation, or not enough reputation, and finally not enough reputation. Well, maybe one day. And over here, we have our forever alone bed. Ooh, and some used slippers. How did we get to be so lucky? But I did discover one reason we won't be using the sleep option very often. If we choose to use the bed and go to sleep, the game does fade out and take us to morning quickly. But then all of our guests have snuck away. We can't allow
that
that,
sucks.
so let's rewind time to before we did that. Welcome back to day 8, and instead we'll just stare out the back door and then watch as the new day greets us. Ah, hello world. Great to be looking at you through some prison bars. And great to see you this morning too, mysterious creepy hand. And now if you'll excuse me, it's time for me to buy some ale. So here we are at our medieval desktop. We have several points of interest. How much money I have, how light I'm feeling today, what level my tavern is, as well as 3 tabs for tavern, improvement, and delivery. I guess this is the tavern tab. Not really sure what it's for besides a clock and then a background image that's lying to us. Although I guess the real thing is kinda close, you know, except for all these boarded up windows and this thing. Anyway, besides that, we also have improvements we can make, which is an entire leveling system. I really hope we don't have to buy everything. I'd like to not have a trash bin, but it looks like this just keeps going. Like we get a bar and some tables for leftovers and a warehouse
Table
and
for
so on and so
leftovers.
forth. Until we get all the way to level 11 and 12,
eat
where the
leftovers?
game is like, don't worry, by level 11
I guess you
and
put it on
12,
that
you won't
table
care
when you're
about
done with
anything
your
anymore.
food,
Oh,
and then
wait,
the
I
guy
lied.
collects
If
it
I
and
click
eats it
this,
at
it
night,
unlocks
like
a
a
tavern
goblin.
expansion and new clients.
Or
After
like,
level
Chuck E.
12, it
Cheese's.
says you also get unique
Collect it and put it back
events.
together.
Oh, and I guess the
That's
previous
cool.
ones have that kind of stuff.
It's all
too.
good.
Anyway, let's
God,
check out
don't bring
delivery.
that up.
Ah,
People are
yes,
gonna think you're
resources,
serious.
furniture, and decorations. Let's check out
Hey, it's
resources.
shit
There it
pizza
is,
anyway,
the
so,
ale.
eh.
Let's see. We are a tavern.
Oh, no,
I'm
you
gonna
believe
buy
it.
Just one. I hope they have free shipping. Now we must wait for the cart with the goods. Is he the goods? Okay,
I
where
neither
are you?
confirm
Where's this
nor
guy?
deny.
Hello? Guy with the
jeez.
goods? I see the delivery is on the way. Where? Oh, there he is. Hello, good to see you. I like how the horse is like, get your stuff and get out of here.
The horse does look pissed.
And my owner is gonna sit here and look upset with his giant mangled hands aggressively
God.
gripping his thighs. So let's see, what does click to take all do?
He
Oh,
is
wow, it just turned into a
ridiculous
sack.
looking.
And this guy's not even impressed at all. You know, I feel like these days are really short. I feel like we just got here and the sun is already setting. And I only pick up deliveries in the daytime. Nice to know you don't have anywhere to be. Okay, well, if we're in a stalemate, I'll go ahead and collect my goods. Come here, awkward sack. And now I must take it and put it in the right place. Okay, thank you. I have my sack.
The
You may
right
leave
place.
now. Or
It doesn't
you could
tell you
just,
what
you could just
the
stay there. You know what? I don't
place
care.
is.
Where am I
It's
even
the
going
right
with this
one.
thing? So it looks like we need to put it on this shelf over here. But as you can
Nah.
see, I can't get past my own security bars. Even if I shove it all the way in, I still can't reach. Okay, well, we have no choice but to take it all the way around. And let's not forget to go by, shove it in these people's faces for a bit, and then put it on this shelf. It's time to let people know about the new tavern. We need to come up with a name and make a beautiful sign. If you're this guy, it's time to get your daily steps in. And now it's time to click our sign, the one thing holding us back from opening. And after somehow extending our neck up to meet the sign, where I'm surprised no one else is horrified by this, we just click a couple of buttons, and that mangled piece of metal turns into a beautiful sign. So first let's find a symbol
Proud
that
horse.
speaks to us. Yeah, let's go with this thing. It's like crying.
That's
except
pretty cool.
wizard crying.
I
It
kinda
looks
like
we
it.
can randomize
Wizard
the name
crying.
of our tavern, but I think we'll go ahead and make our own. Our ale is made out of abducted people. Yes, that
Well,
looks
that looks
exactly
great.
like I thought it would. Maybe we just need to hit the check mark and everything will just align properly.
No.
Yep, it did all that and more. And by all that, I mean it did none of those things. Well, I'm not changing it. If you want to come to our ale is made out of abducted people, you got to figure out how to read the sign first. Okay, now let's head into the bar and pour a mug of ale. Okay, so pouring begins.
Bad.
I think it's trying to tell me I did a good job. And now the barrel is empty. Oh, hello. I see you would like one frothy perfect beer. Well, I just happen to have one of those right here. Ignore the Sims-like odor marks above it and enjoy yourself the one drink in our entire establishment. Mmm, nummy nummy num. Well, she seems like she's enjoying it. Sir and other sir, I don't know how I'm supposed to help you out here. I only ordered the one and she has it. And then she left the place a disgusting mess, but also
Damn.
left me some coins.
Yeah,
All right,
there's
quit
shit
with the
everywhere.
pouting. I'll go order some more ale. I guess this time we'll go for broke and order 11 because that's all the money I have. Okay, guys, wait right here. I have to go all the way around and then back over to my best friend. Hello, I'm here to see... Oh, well, thank you for the free ride, Lord Hanselot. Okay, and I'll take that. Hello, minions in the back. Thanks for watching over my stuff. Let's go ahead and pour a nice, big, terrible one. And the second one we're barely gonna fill. Oh, and we're calling that good. Well, I guess this will allow us to do a little bit of a test. I guess now we can find out what the difference is to these people. Okay, so first one goes to you, and it's whatever that is. And then you get the air quote, good one. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna gauge each of their reactions as dead inside out of 10. And then they barf and sneeze all over everything, and promptly vacate. And each one paid the same amount anyway, so what do I care? Unfortunately, to get someone to sit here, it looks like we have to fully clean this. We can't just, like, kinda clean it, and then have people still sit at it. Apparently that's just not good enough for them. Alright, so be it. We'll clean the whole thing. Whatever helps me get through this one basic task. Serve more clients. Hey, that must be you. Okay, one disgusting ale. Coming right up. Here you go, to your health. And thanks for the -5 reputation. And you, I don't need to serve another client. So instead, let's talk to him. Hello, he says, with a dreamy vacancy in his eyes. And while we
He's
can't
like,
say
"Give me
glad to see you in my
booze."
tavern, which if we do that, it gives us a +1 to our reputation points. After that, we can also say, I'm asking you to leave. May you fail with your tavern. -10, didn't get served. Oh, he got served all right. But another one of you, huh? Look, I don't even
Nice.
need to care. My reputation bar is completely empty, which means I'm pretty sure I can tell you to leave with absolutely no consequences. Yes, be gone with thee. And even though there's a steady stream of people that keep coming in, we're gonna have to drag ourselves away because it's time to do some dishes. Finally, the real fun can begin. Okay, it's dishwashing time. Now, the
gosh.
game wants me to take it and actually just run it around in the water. And if we do this enough,
my
ta-da,
God.
it's clean. And I can't
That
just
doesn't
skip
seem
this process.
fun.
If it's not
Yeah.
clean and I put it over
That's
here, it
just-
doesn't count. Well, let's
How is that
Will this
fun?
count for
Who is
watching?
this game made
As a
for?
matter of fact, yes.
Josh.
And now we have all clean glasses again. And now the game wants us to boost our reputation, which I really don't want to do. I'd rather just keep telling him to leave. But we have to do it or we can't do fun stuff like furniture. Because right now it just says they're sold out. What, of every piece of furniture in the whole kingdom? Sure sounds like some crap to me. So I guess we'll serve you exciting ready to get drunk, guy? We'll start with a healthy glad to see you in my tavern, which gives me +1. Hang on, let me get you an ale. Alright, Josh, give him the good stuff. Oh, it hurts! Here, now drink that and get out. Thanks for the +15. And then rinse and repeat until our reputation looks more like this. And now that we've reached that, time to express myself again. All of you, get out. Oh good, we can't be demoted in reputation. That's wonderful. We can take breaks from trying to be nice and just try to tell everyone to get the hell out of here. And we can go back to serving people crappy drinks and then telling them to leave before they can even take a sip and then just take their money anyway. And now that we're arguably still reputation too, it's time to level up our tavern, which is gonna unlock a tavern expansion, new clients, new furniture, new decoration. So unlock. Oh my goodness, and we get a cut.
We'll be right back. You keep the people entertained. You're entertaining.
Oh, sorry.
Entertaining.
Sorry.
You're good. That was my bad.
So YouTube, you ever hear of gnomes? They're pretty fucking cool. I like gnomes. I've noticed that gnomes have gotten more and more popular. Like, every time we go to Dollar Tree, there's like thousands of gnomes. And I don't know why they've made this resurrection into like the public consciousness. But everything's gnome now. It's Year of the Gnome. Even though this has been going on for like 3 years. 3 years of being gnome years. That's insane. And that's all I have to talk about is gnomes. Yeah, we went to Goodwill, and there was a lot of gnomes at Goodwill, too. Like, it was fucking weird. Like, there's just gnomes everywhere now. It's a conspiracy. A gnome-spiracy. Whatever the hell that means. I don't know where Bob went, probably to get a beer. I can't keep talking about gnomes. Oh, thank God. I was thinking about gnomes that whole time you were gone.
Talking about gnomes?
Yeah, gnomes.
Interesting. Gnomes are interesting.
Let's talk about how it's like the Year of the Gnome. There's gnomes everywhere.
Year of the Gnome, eh?
Yeah, the last 30 years have been Year of the Gnome.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's get back to it.
Oh, you don't even care about my gnome story.
I like your gnomes. What about the gnomes? Tell me about the gnomes.
She's saying there's lots of them everywhere.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of gnomes.
Yeah.
Gnomey guys. Alright.
I love you.
Hey, you
I
three,
love
stop
you.
looking at the camera. This isn't about you. Wow, look at this. Some of our pile of crap disappeared. Now I can deliver new furniture for clients here. And what they meant is this one simple table for two. Okay, it looks like it really, really wants us to put it in the proper place. If I try to put it anywhere else, it lets me know it's the wrong place. Or if it's feeling extra
I got
upset,
some of your hair in
wrong
my nose.
room. And believe me, I tried to put it in one of these other rooms. Because, I mean, the floor is green. So for now, we'll just settle for
Sorry about that.
obnoxiously close to the stairs. Which doesn't really do much for these people at the moment. But it does seem like great things can happen when they leave.
I don't understand why they like vomit on the table even if we give them a good drink.
That can lead to something
Yeah.
good. Also, it's so much work to have to do all these dishes and then serve all these people.
Such is
Thank
the
God
way
we
of
got
the
our
medieval
reputation up
tavern.
again. Because if there's one thing I want and I want it now, it's a fairy helper. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We only unlocked level 3, which gets us a pan, extends the bar, and gives us hooks. Whatever, tavern sim, you're a hooks. Oh, and that's not all. It also gives us a toilet. Oh boy. Okay, but really, what is this pan? Oh, it's exactly what you think it is. The chef's main weapon. Well, now I'm curious. Wait, look at this text down here. Hold hit. Oh.
TF2 sound
This
effects.
guy must really want a drink. Oh,
Nice.
never mind. There he goes. Well, he's already leaving, so why stop now? I guess we're just gonna follow him all the way to his house.
Damn.
Ah, never mind. There he goes. He returned to his home planet, and as I'm running back, I notice this message pop up. -1, beggar at the entrance. And this is a problem. Why? Oh, this person? This seems fine. Why is this game so critical? Hello, would you have a coin for me? Game, calm down. I'm literally talking to them. As a matter of fact, I do. Thank you, dear. I will tell everyone that even those who cannot pay are treated well here. Whoa, whoa, let's not go that far. No, you don't have to leave. There's plenty of space. In fact, I insist you join these people for a drink. Now, stop trying to escape. Lucky for you, I just bought some new furniture and I've been dying to try it out. Let's see, we'll take these dresser drawers. We'll just put them right here. Okay, good. Now she's not trying to escape anymore. Well, I like that while these two are just conversing and
Her
having
hips
their
are
drinks,
huge.
this lady in the background is like, please, I didn't mean it. Just let me out of here. I like how when they leave, she's like, wait, I can just do that too? Although I did notice something great about this furniture. It turns out this one particular item just lets you shove people around. Thank goodness shoving got even easier. Anyway, I can't have you walking around like this, so hang on. Let me just put this right here for now. And then let's add this bookcase. Great. And then we'll shove you in place. And then finally another bookcase. There you go. Now you can just peer out whenever you want. Actually, lady, you gave me an idea. You remember these people and how this space eventually filled up? In this case, with a cascading bunch of manly arms. Well, this seems like a lot more space to work with, which is what helped me turn this into this.
Oh,
I may have
God.
spent some time trapping a couple of people, but only a couple. What I wanted was to create the perfect date spot. You ever wanted to
That's
just order
fucking
drinks
crazy.
with biceps in your view? Well, now you can. Things are a little better on her side, except we
sorry,
did give
didn't
the
mean to kick
beggar
you.
her own
You're
little
fine.
space.
Oh,
I wanted
good,
her
she
to
gets
feel
her own space.
special. Also, can you guys stop crowding? Look at all this extra space over here. Oh, I know what we can do. We can probably use one of these to shove them around. Yes, there we go. This will help them spread out. The important part is that everybody is comfortable. Oh, also, this dude has just been creepily standing here. I like to think of him as a feature of the tavern, so you can have a truly unique experience. And in the meantime, I did reach reputation level 4, which means we can unlock the 4th level, where we get another tavern expansion, which is just opening up another one of the corners of our tavern. Does that really count as an expansion when we're just hiring someone to move junk out of the way? Oh, I also figured out what this hooks thing is. Basically, it fixes up this section behind the bar, where it lets you take some sausages and hang them. My god, we're so classy. Also, what the hell are you
Fancy.
doing? That is not how you eat that. Stop snorting it. Or you could end up like this guy. I can't tell if I poisoned him or if he's just drunk. Well, what happens with this guy now? Does he just die right here at the bar? Oh wait, it says I can grab him. Alright, let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's good for him. Take him out of the tavern. Yeah,
That's
we can do
great.
that, if by that they mean add him to the pile. Except the game won't let me let go of him. I'm trying really hard and giving him many concussions. Well, if I
This is
step outside, I
bad,
do get the
man.
message that I can now drop him. I wonder if I can get like a good throw and throw him back in. Okay, yeah, that'll do. In fact, that's perfect. I'm sure he's not literally expiring.
Good
Anyway,
God.
let's unlock this new tavern level. Can't wait to have a fairy helper, even though it turns out all this fairy does is dishwashing. And oh my goodness, my kitchen is transformed. I actually can't tell the difference. I like how my new task is find out what happened. What the heck is going on around here? I have no control of my own faculties. It seems that now I have helpers. Oh, and also a place to do some like theater in the park. Oh wait, no. I think this is actually our employee board. As you can see, we're a heck of a boss. Oh right, I gotta hire them first. There we go. Oh my god, it's happening. It's doing the... Oh. How come I don't turn into a pie chart when I do the dishes? Oh well, thank you for your assistance. And now if you'll excuse me, despite the weird weather out here, I apparently have to go outside and chop some wood, and hopefully get struck by lightning. Now
Let's
I
take a
understand
can
I
of
was supposed to
Coke.
split the wood like this, but why do that when I can just swing it off to the side like this? Actually, hang on, this gives me an idea. Is that guy still in here? Great, he is. I think I know what to do with this guy after all. Come with me. You just wait right here.
Oh,
okay,
God.
and where was I? Well, that seemed to work really fine just fine. Now it looks like we need to make a
Fun.
soup. Mmm, soup's so great it looks like a painting. Making sure to give it some general stirring.
Oh,
a lot
God.
of stirring.
Looks
Oh,
like it's
doing
stirring
too
real
much
well. It's
stirring.
mixing.
And that's how you make the perfect soup. Can't wait to serve this up to anyone who does or doesn't want it. Good morning, ma'am. Hope you're hungry for breakfast. Mmm, that's not how you hold soup. That's not how you hold anything. Wait, where are you going?
Yeah.
It couldn't have been my soup. It was a family recipe. Yeah, she's Why are you holding your stomach like
that's
that? Do you have
great.
appendicitis? I came a long way and saw
Appendicitis.
your tavern. I'm dying. All I ask is cold water. I'll bring it now. Thank you. I'll wait here. And I believe we have a new fixture of our tavern now, because I'm definitely not getting him water. Oh, you know,
Damn.
while we're here, we should probably put something in this space. I even have a fancy 4-seater we can put right here. In fact, I've already got an idea. Allow me to demonstrate. You'll notice that when these customers come in, they walk to the very edge and then sit down. And likewise, when they leave, they get up from that end of the bench and then walk back this direction and off they go. So what if behind this, we go ahead and put another row of dressers? You know, kind of like this. What'll happen when people sit here? I guess we're about to find out. So it looks like these two people join separately for weird reasons. They look like they want to sit in the back, then they sit in the front, and then they snap to the back. And then they have their dreadful meal, and then when they're done, oh, perfect. Now the dining setup is working for
Damn.
us. Anyone that sits at the far end is now trapped forever. Meanwhile, tell the friend doesn't know what to do with themselves. Doesn't even matter to her if new people arrive. She's just gonna stay right there. What an easier way to kidnap. All we have to do is wait for a bunch of people to come in, and then they have the perfect meal, and then they get up and now they're trapped for eternity. And if you're like this woman, completely lose your mind, and then short circuit your way towards the exit and out of our lives forever. This guy's still here,
Everybody's
by
just
the way. He's
glitching
still
over in
waiting
the
for his
corner.
water, but it doesn't seem to hurt our tavern, so really he's like free entertainment. And speaking of entertaining, I added another table over here, which as you can see, has a similar capture delivery method. Why didn't I think of this before? Thank God for this self-kidnapping service. In fact, why wouldn't I just build stuff like this everywhere? I'm even gonna fix our first table where they exit the wrong way. So we'll just flip this around, and there we go. Look at that, works like a dream. There's gotta be a way that we can make this process even better, right? You're right, thirsty guy. We should expand. Your head's in the right place. And then it gives me a cutscene of showing my beautiful kitchen of stuff I don't care about. I care about one thing and one thing only, and that's this new space. Luckily, I've got some fun ideas for this. Okay, here we go. We got one table right here, where when it ejects people, it should go into this little space. But we wanted to make sure there was enough room on the side, so that guests could get to this other table, which is gonna have a much bigger viewing gallery. And now it's showtime. Hello, sir, would you like to see today's specials? It's called Leave. Okay, great, that works perfectly. Oh, hello there. It's like you two read my mind and knew that I needed to test this other space, which also works perfectly. Thank you for taking part in our new self-kidnapping service. I hope you enjoy standing. Meanwhile, we're gonna keep leveling up our tavern. Wait a minute, what's this? It removed
Lag.
the planks from my windows?
Yeah.
How do you class this place up? And they added a fireplace in the same place where I blocked off all these people, which also had the unfortunate side effect of leaking a bunch of people out. Not like you'd be able to tell, they're stuck on the stairs anyway, but the bigger changes come in level 7. Oh my goodness, is that an entirely new room? You better believe it is, with a new entrance and everything. You have become so popular that now noble clients will come to you. They need to be served in a separate room with noble furniture. They are all very particular about cleanliness in the tavern. Well, that's good. I'm pretty sure this place is pretty clean. I mean, who doesn't want giant bones, broken glass, half-eaten fish, and whatever this is over here? Also, MVP goes to these people. They made the biggest, most amazing mess. I bet it can't be that bad. Look, we have a little thing called the dirt search tool. It'll help me hone in on the dirt, so let's see how it looks. Oh, I see.
Okay.
I take it back, I don't want to know. Please fade out faster, thank you. Well, if we look at the separate entrance, there is a doorway here that leads to the main bar that just happens to be on the other side of where we've kidnapped people, which you would think that these people right here that are trapped would know to leave, but no, they don't. Or maybe they just understand that this room is for nobility only. Ah, yes, there's our furniture choices. Noble for 2 and noble for 1. I mean, it all gets delivered by medieval Amazon, so it's all kind of the same to me. Well, I think I know how we're gonna make this work. We'll start by putting the table for 2 right here, and then for the ultimate in privacy, we're gonna put the table for 1 right here. I love it. Even the candles are merging together. Oh, but we're not done yet. The game allows me to place these so you know what's happening. That's right, a corral fit for a king. Oh look, here comes some royalty now. And besides their really stupid looking outfits, they also require the finer things in life, like wine and cheese. Luckily, I know how to do a nice pour of wine. Here you go, my lord. Enjoy. And then, like true nobility, they steal each other's stuff. What is that?
Nice.
Ah, now I see that you have an audience.
This is how
I
it should
didn't
be.
know he was going to be giving dinner theater, and now they shall retire to the playpen, where they will live out their days. Besides that, royalty seems to be as dumb and annoying as everybody else. And then they sit and eat a 2,000 calorie block of cheese like this. So legal, but you know how nobility is. They love to mingle. No, don't be scared. Have a seat. What's the worst that could happen besides an audience? You know what? I refuse to believe we can't get them to mingle with the common folk. In fact, let's give it a shot. Yes, there we go. A nice safe tunnel to the other side. Now, surely this will open the floodgates, right? I'm very anxious to go over there. Oh, I bet I know I can fix this. What if I open up this side? Maybe then they'll be more incentivized to come over here. We have one person valiantly running for the exit until I put a dresser back down. Well, looks like you're our first volunteer. In you go. Go enjoy the nice frame rates. I know you're very incensed about being on this side. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Okay, now you're one of them. You're welcome. Now let's see if we can get all the rest of your friends to come on over here. Okay, I unleashed everybody onto the main public.
God.
Now everybody is commingling just
There's
fine.
so
and
many
also
people.
goodbye to my frame rate in every possible way. But what I think this is teaching me is that no, the crowd never stops. It's not just inside there, by the way. There's tons of people out here just standing around.
That's crazy.
Why? I don't know. So I think we can confidently see that we are never gonna run out of people. Oh, and more good news. You remember that guy that was waiting for water? Oh, he's still here. And boy, has he been here a while. Maybe one day we'll
God.
get him some water. I want to thank Naraka Blade Point again for sponsoring this video. Link
that
in the
was
description
good.
if you
That
want
was
to
a
check
good
out
one.
the game for yourself. So I hope you had fun. I know I did. And I'll see you
Cheers
next
to
time.
you, Josh.
Yeehaw.
Well, thanks for tuning into the reaction, YouTube. Catch you next time. Later.
Bye.